This episode is powered by the Make Millions Move Summit. If you want to discover the internal and external paradigm shifts that are centrifugal to you being able to make money faster no matter what is going on in the economy, then you need to join me at my brand new and free Summit. It's happening on Wednesday, March the 20th, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go grab your ticket right now at movetomillionsmasterclass.com. Welcome back to another episode on the Move to Millions podcast. If you are new around here, first and foremost, let me say welcome. I'm so delighted to have you here as a part of our movement. This podcast, as you will come to learn, is it's about a lot more than business. We get into spiritual principles and the role that they play in your ability to be able to create wealth, normalize it, and create a financial legacy, all while being an entrepreneur who is on the move to becoming a $1 million CEO. We base this podcast on our Move to Millions method. The 2.0 version was just launched earlier this year in a brand new episode. So I encourage you to go check it out so that you can learn all about the 7 pillars in the Move to Millions method. Every time we come together, I will be sharing with you based on one of those 7 pillars. This week, we are going to get all in and up and through success mindset. It's probably second only to money in terms of the things that I really like to talk about when it comes to working directly with entrepreneurs and small business owners who desire to build their business or their company to and beyond the $1 million mark. Mindset, if you ask me, is 95% of your success. It's right here. It's tied to the 6 inches in between your ears. And until you work on those 6 inches, you will not feel 7 figures between your fingers. My mission is to give you access to the shifts that are going to make a difference in the way you show up in the world and how quickly you collapse the amount of time it takes for you to make more money. In this episode, I wanted to share what I believe to be the biggest mistakes I've seen. Now, listen, I'm not new to this. I am true to this. I have been in the marketplace for 16 years. And in case you're new here, let me just quick and dirty tell you about my story. I started this business in 2007, literally on the heels of finishing my second pink Cadillac in Mary Kay Cosmetics. I realized very quickly that I had done it again. I call it my Britney Spears moment. Oops, I did it again. This time, I just recognized that I traded one desk for another. I had left my corporate career in 2004, and here I was again, sitting behind the proverbial desk that Mary Kay Cosmetics allowed me to sit behind. My earning potential was really limited to what they were willing to pay me based on the results that I got within their company. And I'm not mad at Mary Kay. They taught me so much, and I'm so grateful to my time within that organization. But I recognized that it was time for me to step out on my own. And so I started Incredible One Enterprises. Literally, a dream happened, and from that dream, I sprung into action. Now, the part that is not so fun to tell you is that for the first 2.5 to 3 years, I was mediocre at best as a CEO, and I was far from the $1 million mark. It got so bad that I ended up filing bankruptcy and going back to work. That job that I took when I went back to work, it was a heaven send. I spent 2 years running a women's business center. So I learned all the things I didn't know about ground up business. And I learned how to perfect the skills that I did bring to the table as it pertains to business in order to be able to set myself up first and foremost. And then eventually the thousands of clients that we've worked with over the last 14 years to build a business that really did serve me financially and spiritually. I came back into entrepreneurship full-time on January 1st, 2011, and we have not looked back. The last 2 years, we have been blessed to be an Inc. 5000 awarded company, and we are consistently changing the lives of those that we get to come into contact with. I believe that millions are your birthright. I believe that a 7-figure business is the floor, not the ceiling. And the whole reason that I come to you every single week on this podcast is because I want to drill into your spirit that making millions needs to become a normal idea and occurrence for you so that you can actually walk yourself right into those millions. But I've seen a lot in the last 16 years, and especially in the last 14 years, working directly with entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you. I have seen it all the mistakes that detract from your ability to get to the $1 million mark. First of all, I made some of them myself. But I've also watched client after client come to me after having made one of the mistakes and recognizing the significance of getting guidance and support from someone who's been there, done that, and is actually still actively doing it. Right now, I have an 8-figure net worth, and our company does multiple 7 figures a year, all because we've learned how to take these mistakes and turn them into money. And I'm hoping that in this episode, as I share these mistakes with you, that is exactly what you begin to do as well. So, first mistake that I see time and time again is trying to scale your business before you have a foundation that is set. Now, listen, it's really cute and attractive to say everybody should scale their business, right? It's so cute when people say scale to 6 figures. Here's the thing. Scaling is one of the most misunderstood and misquoted concepts in business. The bottom line is this: scaling is about duplication and replication. It's not about speed, and it's not for the faint at heart, because before you can scale anything, you have to have a firm foundation in place. Now, I don't disagree that every single entrepreneur, small business owner should be positioning their business to be one that they can scale. Hands down, 100% I agree. But before we get to the point of being ready to scale it, we've got to make sure that we have the right foundation. Now, the right foundation, that's the Move to Millions Method 2.0. So as you work on your strategy, your sales infrastructure, your systems, your support, your success mindset, your spirituality, and your self-care, you will build a firm foundation upon which you can build to 7, 8, 9, 10 figures if that is your desire. It doesn't matter what kind of company you're running, what kind of business you have, whether you sell products or services. Every single one of them needs the right strategy, the right sales infrastructure, the right systems, the right support, the right success mindset. Every leader needs spiritual principles and practices and self-care as a core part of what it is that they do. That's the first mistake I see, trying to scale before your foundation has been set. The second mistake I see time and time again, and listen, we have several episodes here on the podcast that talk about messaging, because a mediocre messaging, which is our second mistake, will trap you in a business that does not hear cash registers. Instead, it hears crickets. If you want to be known, you have to have a message that will make other people stop what they are doing and pay attention to what you are saying. I believe that the best messages are those that are contrary. No, consumers are programmed to notice what's different. And so if I hear you insert whatever it is that you do, sounding like everybody else who also does that same exact thing in the marketplace, we're going to have us a problem. Because I'm not going to pay any attention to you. I'm going to walk right past. I'm going to walk on by. It's not going to matter what it is that you're saying. So if you want to get my attention, your message has to be clear. It has to be concise. It has to be contrarian, and it has to be compelling. When it is all of that, and you are speaking to me who is conscious that I have the problem, I am moving in your direction faster than you can say, make the move to millions. The third mistake I see time and time again is not understanding what it really takes to move the needle in a business. Here's what I know. Many of you who have started business and have dreams of millions are mission driven. You're extremely talented, and you are literally the best thing since pockets at what it is that you do. The fact that you don't have business acumen and you don't understand some of the key concepts that govern being able to grow and eventually scale a business, it's messing with your money. It's going to keep you from millions. One of the things that's important for me to make sure that all of our clients understand is I want you to understand how to read financial statements. I want you to understand everything that goes into a strategy, what goes into launching, what goes into building team, what goes into writing proposals. I mean, every facet of the process you need to understand and you need to master, because it's going to be a determinant as to whether or not you will move the needle and how quickly that needle will in fact move. The fourth mistake that I see time and time again is not knowing your numbers, not tracking key performance indicators or KPIs, and not leveraging your data to continue to make decisions that will allow you to leverage and scale your business. Listen, we live in a data-rich marketplace, and all the data that you can learn on your potential clients and prospects, and even the clients you currently work with, should be used, should be synthesized, and should be determining your ability to take that information and turn it into strategy and insights that lead to sales and revenue. The fifth mistake I see time and time again is investing from where you are right now. If you're an OG around here, you know where I'm going with this. We're talking about investing from your vision point and not your vantage point. If you make any decision from where you are in the moment, that decision is skewed and it is likely not going to get you to where it is that you desire to be. If you want to shift everything, you're going to have to make decisions from where it is that you desire to be, your vision point. So when I see people who make decisions to grow their business, to scale their business, to invest in their business, and they're doing it from where they sit in the moment, I almost always shake my head, because the fact of the matter is this: making that decision from where you are right now is likely not going to get you to where you desire to be. You're going to have to elevate to a 30,000-foot view of your business, of your goals, and of the objectives you intend to utilize to get there, and make your decisions from way up there. It's a game changer if you will start to look at everything from your vision point instead of your vantage point. The next mistake that I see time and time again is, this is for those of you who believe that you can get your business to the $1 million mark with just you and an assistant. Now, the fact of the matter is you can. You absolutely can. But one of the biggest mistakes I see is waiting too long to replace yourself. Because here's the thing: if you get your business to 7 figures and it's just you and a VA, you have given yourself a really good paying job. You don't have time freedom. You don't have the flexibility to do what you want to do, although you are making a lot of money. And that's a problem. I don't know about quit my good job to create another job for myself in my own company. Where they do that at? That don't make no sense. So as a result of understanding the significance of really getting your business to the next level, you want to start, not from the day you start your business, but as soon as you can, working on replacing yourself. As the CEO of your own business or company, your job needs to be to spend 80% of your time working on the business and only 20% of your time working in the business. If you take too long to replace yourself, that is probably flipped. And 80% of your time is in the client service delivery, which means that even though you want to get to the point where your clients are hiring your company, they will continue to hire you. And the final mistake that I have seen time and time again that is made on the move to millions is underestimating the importance of mindsets, alignments, spiritual principles as they relate to business, coaching, and having access to community and proven guidance on the move. I see so many people who think they can do it by themselves, but let me just keep it real with you. If you could do it by yourself, honey, it will already be done. It's not done because your view and perspective is limited. It is hard to read the label when you are inside the jar. You need someone else who's going to come along and read your label for you so that they can help you course correct and prevent the mistakes that are going to keep you stuck and stagnant instead of soaring in the significance of your next money milestone. I made a big difference when I started hiring coaches and mentors and consultants to guide me in the process to take my business to the next level. It was truly a game changer. And as a business coach and consultant myself, I would never be without coaches and consultants. If I attempt and desire for people to be able to hire me, I've got to have someone else looking at my label because I'm inside the jar. These mistakes, I don't even know how many there is. Let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mistakes. I do like to do things in 7. 7 mistakes that are made on the move to millions that if you can begin to turn these mistakes into a methodology and a mission to get to the $1 million mark, will help you to get to the $1 million mark. Number 1, trying to scale before your foundation is set. Number 2, living with mediocre messaging. Number 3, not mastering what it takes to move the needle inside of your business. Number 4, not knowing your numbers, tracking your KPIs and leveraging the data to grow. Number 5, investing from your vantage point instead of your vision point. Number 6, waiting too long to replace yourself. And number 7, underestimating the importance of mindsets, alignment, and spiritual principles in your business, as well as being coached, having a consultant, a community, and proven guidance to help you make the move. I promise you, if you start looking at these mistakes as a to-do list of what you need to set up inside of your business, everything will begin to change for you. And I have your first opportunity to stop making mistakes so that you can start making millions by joining me at Move to Millions Live. It's happening May 22nd through the 24th, just outside of Washington, D.C. Our theme this year is the power to create. I'll be honest with you. When I first set the theme, I was so excited because I was thinking God wanted me to focus on Deuteronomy 8 and 18. For it is the Lord your God who has given you the power to create wealth. But as I started preparing for the live event, as I started really intensifying my own time with the Father, I revealed something so amazing. And here's what I know. I know that it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much money you've made. A mediocre money mindset, it's agnostic to the money that is currently in your life. That's why you see people who are technically wealthy who act like they are poor. It's a mindset that if you don't learn how to radically dismantle it, it will keep you from leveraging your creativity to create wealth. Because here's what rich people know about money. They know that money was created to create more money. Poor people believe that money was created for them to pay bills. And middle class people believe that money was created so that they have good credit so that they can extend themselves and try to keep up with the Joneses or the Kardashians. The point that I'm trying to make is simply this. You right now, as an entrepreneur, small business owner, you are a creator. And if you are a creator, you can create money. You literally have a printing press out back. So if you want to stop making mistakes and start making millions, I encourage you to register for Move to Millions Live. Now, in the event that you'd like to take an opportunity and try the content before you invest in yourself through the live event experience, I've got the perfect thing for you. On Wednesday, March the 20th, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am hosting a brand new summit. It is called the Make Millions Move Summit. And we are going to get into the internal and external paradigm shifts that you need to know and leverage in order to make money faster, regardless of what's happening inside of the economy. And this is the perfect preview to figuring out whether or not joining me in May at Move to Millions Live is your next best move. All the details for our Make Millions Move Summit are waiting for you now at movetomillionsmasterclass.com. If you don't need the summit, you're ready to go and you want to join us at Move to Millions Live, go to movetomillionsevent.com. Either way, my mission for you is that you stop making mistakes so that you can start making millions. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.